So there's a topic that I kind of noticed that needs to be addressed. Because with the new technology nowadays and the way everything goes, it's kind of like, we have to find other ways to connect with people, and people do. And so I'm going to bring up the topic of Skype dates. Skype dates are so cool. The disadvantage of them is that you don't get to like when you're laughing about the same thing, you can't like bump and touch their hand and like flirt, or you can't like bump up against their foot and be like, I feel the same way too. And then when you are eating, you can't like put your fork over and go on their plate if what they're eating looks good. You have to just kind of be like over the internet. You can't really take anything because it's all over the computer, obviously. But not that I do that or anything to my dates, but sometimes I would if it was like chocolate. But so I think that it's a new trend, and Skype dating can be really good for people who just can't get out on a Friday night because they're busy, but then they get home and they're like, hey, I'm gonna go on a date. I can have the best of both worlds. I worked today and I was late, but that's okay because I have Skype. And then people that are like in Alabama and Egypt can totally connect, and then they can have a date, and then they can get a passport and stuff and like totally hook it up later. Obviously they have to Skype like at least 5 times first before that, but that's just what I would do. But then it's like the good parts about it are that you can like sit there and you only have to look good from the waist up. Like, unless you have to get up and then you can, go to the bathroom or something, but then you can totally pause it and get away with not wearing pants. I have pants on, just so you know, disclaimer, I do have pants on. I'm not saying that I'm sitting here with no pants on. I'm just saying that if you wanted to, you could totally do that and look okay. And it's okay. The only date where you don't have to wear pants, and it's like, and then you want to fix your hair, like your hair looks a little bad, you can just kind of like go like this and talk and stuff, but you're really fixing yourself, and you don't have to go to the bathroom to do all of that. You can just like do it right there. And like, say you really just don't feel like getting out of bed today because you're depressed because you don't really have a date, like you can Skype date, and you can lay in bed and you can go on a date, and you can like not have to get dressed, and you can have like your pillow and blanket. I know it's kind of lazy though, that's kind of like but then at the same time, if you can't go anywhere, you can have a date on your couch. Like if you have a laptop, you can sit there on your couch and you can totally just go out and not spend $100. It's like $30 a month for internet, and Skype is free. They should really be paying me for this because it's like a dating service for them. Skype date. Like, they should make a Skype date line. But then there would totally need to be a Skype date line if they make one of those, because you know how it goes on the internet. But, seriously, I talked to my boyfriend tonight, and it's like I don't get to see him all the time, but I'm needy, and I need him, like, every day. And so when we go on Skype, I can be like, and I can see his face. And it's really cool. Because when you're on the cell phone, it's kind of cool because you can see their face, like, when they're, their little default picture comes up on your thing, and you can see, like, the picture of you and them, like, kissing or whatever, if that's what you do. And so you get to see their picture like every time they call, and so you can just be like, call me again, call me again. But you don't have to do that. They don't have to call you all the time if you use Skype date. And then if you need to have a serious conversation and you don't want to have to be like, no, no, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. Like, you can totally just do it. You can talk. You can say whatever you want, and you can hang up. And you can call them back. You can say whatever you want, and you can hang up. And then they can call you back, and they can say whatever they want and hang up. And you can see the expression on their face. So it's like better than texting, because you know when you text and you're like blah 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 blah, and then it's like K. But like you can actually see the expression on someone's face when they say K. Except for I don't really say K because it's not a text message. But at the same time, I'm so used to texting, I sometimes do say K or LOL when I'm talking in real life, and that's kind of sad. So, long story short, I think more people should go out. Like, that would be really cool if people went on dates and they saw each other in person. You don't always have to do that. This makes it available when you don't want to drive drunk. but really, like, I think that people should go out more, and then they don't have to go on Skype, and like, you know that your date has clothes on, like all of it, and then you can totally feel secure that they're wearing shoes, because no shirts, no shoes, it's like, come on. But then, like, the waist up, you do wear a shirt, but that's not what I'm talking about. Like, no shoes. It's like, you've got to go on a date with a person who's wearing shoes, because if you don't, you won't be able to get a table, no one will wait on you, they'll kick you out, and you'll just go home, and you'll be like, I wasted all my gas money just to get kicked out of here. Because that's been the policy since like the 70s, okay?